INFPs are the overly sensitive ones. They take criticism at heart and can become really offensive. They are firm believers in their own thoughts. Their actions may project that they have some sort of superiority complex. This is why they are a misfit in society. Let's discover the dark side of INFPs and the reason why they are hated by people. 1. Putting themselves first and above all. Overly obsessed with themselves. They are the ones who totally admire themselves and can't really think beyond themselves, especially if it means putting others before them. They clearly lie in the category of selfish people. What's in it for me is a common question they will ask themselves. Helping someone if it doesn't make them feel good is something that INFPs are wary of doing. They are not open to suggestions put forth by others. They begin to distance themselves from others. They will prefer working alone if others can live up to their standards. They have their own methods and will not be swayed by any motivational speech. Well, to them, physical and emotional well-being comes first. That's number 1 on the list as to why people hate them. 2. Obsession with idealism. It's common for INFPs to fantasize, relive scenes and speak out in their heads. They crave a life filled with magic in the smallest of things. INFPs go so far with their idealism that they mistake reality for their imagination. They become discouraged when the real world differs from their perfectionistic idea. It kills their motivation and drains their energy if their plan doesn't go as they have processed it in their mind. It is easy for INFPs to forget that life is a trial and error process. They are too busy within their imaginary world. They are quite obsessed with perfection. When the real world isn't as perfect, they tend to back out and leave everyone else behind. That's another valid point why people hate them. By the way, if you like this kind of content, a sub to the channel will be perfect. 3. Perfection in relationships. For INFPs, love comes in a different form. They idealize their loved ones' personalities in their mind. They praise them for those traits. However, when their partners begin to drift from the idealized image they have in their heads, they soon lose interest. Someday, they might just want to break up with them by simply saying that you are not the same person I fell in love with. Suppose you are dating an INFP and are caught cheating, then, oh my, consider that relationship to end. You constantly have to meet their expectations. It certainly is hard to cope with such a personality. Having a certain standard is fine. However, dictating to your loved ones, if you want to continue this relationship, do this, do that, is really irritating. 4. Dropping what doesn't feel right. Moving on to the next one. An INFP's tendency to change their mind at the 11th hour is well known. Consider resigning from a job when there was no major problem. The lack of purpose in an INFP's work causes them to feel downhearted. Passion is so important to INFPs. They seek to leave anything that drains their energy. They simply don't believe in winning, so they avoid conflict at all costs. No, they aren't capable of taking into projects. They just simply can't be forced to work on jobs that they don't want to take up. That is one more factor that puts people off. 5. INFP anger means mental, personal, and physical attacks. Angry INFPs, for the most part, choose to remain silent. They will begin to treat you as if you don't exist. It's worse than a verbal dispute since you are ruined mentally by their lack of interest. After a while, the second phase of an INFP's anger will be experienced. The bad news is that it's rather aggressive. Physical force is the response of INFPs when a person they hate continues to display an insensitive attitude. If an INFP reaches their breaking point, just hope that they don't. Why? They will hit you in the face. Also, be prepared to have your emotions torn apart because you will be faced with awful truth. After that, they'll say, you've earned it. Hit the like button if you are an INFP. And check out NordVPN in the description below. Supercharge your INFP's life with NordVPN, the best VPN out there. Thanks for watching.